Hello everyone, my name is Jeffrey and welcome back to episode 50 of my Satisfactory Let's Play series. In this video it's all about diamonds. Starting off with a quick hand feed system to unlock the final parts from tier 9, we are now fully set into the endgame. Today we start out with a good handful of diamonds from using oil and an alternate recipe. These will be utilized in a future project to finish off the space elevator. Thank you for all the support now with the series so far. Let's get to playing games. Diamonds. They're our new best friend. Turns out we definitely do need a lot of them in the endgame, so I am starting today with our look at that. He's going backwards again. How about that? We are starting today with a little oil project, turning some oil into diamonds, and then the next one is turning coal into diamonds, and that should set us up with almost 1,000 per minute to get us through. I assume that'll probably get us through the endgame. We're going to need quite a few coming up here soon to be making some power shards as well. So I figured today also we would unlock the Blueprint Mark III, and that'll pretty much finish off everything we need to unlock from the hub. So all we need to do is get our 250 time crystals, our 500 FICSIT trigons, 500 fused modular frames, and then 100, what the frick are those things called again? Neural quantum processor. Okay, so we're gonna go ahead and we're gonna set up a little hand feed system for these since we kind of have all of that stuff automated already. And then I think that white stuff is the excited photonic matter. I'm pretty sure I haven't used it yet, so we're gonna try it out. So we're gonna come up here to what was originally my space elevator parts were being hand fed here, but I went ahead and deleted all those. And so now we're going to go ahead and we're going to handcraft this new thing. Let me throw my little hover pack here. And then do I still have power out here? I'm not sure if I do or not. Yeah, it's not going to stretch very far. So let me grab our power over here first. All right, power is secured. Okay, so in order to make these, so we're going to be making them in the quantum encoder. So yeah, I haven't used these ones yet. So man, this thing is huge. It looks cool. I like it. So I'm assuming this, if we get facing this way, we should just be able to fit everything we need. The only thing I need to make is the excited photonic matter, and that's going to have to have another machine put in here. So let me put this just kind of probably right about there. Seems about right. And then the excited photonic matter comes from, I think it's a converter. So we'll put this one in first. It's going to have to be hooked up, so I'm going to line up this output pipe to this here. Okay, there we go. So the excited photonic matter, how much do I need just to pump these out? Neural quantum processor, 3 per minute. I need 75, so I can make this take up to 200. That's 150. Alright, so basically almost all the way here. And then we'll get 7.5 per minute, and then I'll just output multiplier it all the way. And then that'll give me 15 per minute. Okay, that's way better. That'll be done in no time then. Oh, also I just realized that means I have 375 dark matter residue output per minute. How do I deal with that? What can I put that in here? There we go. That's how we're going to deal with it. So we're going to use particle accelerator. We're going to feed them into that, and then that way we can just take those dark matter crystals and we'll throw them into a sink for now. So this is definitely going to be a bit more of a build than I thought it was going to be, but that should at least work. We take this particle accelerator away. Oh wait, no, I need that one actually. Oh wait, no, sorry, I need the converter right there. And then we need a little bit more space built here off the back. Let's kind of build this out like this. Just so we can be sure we can get the particle accelerator in here. Gonna just slap it in right here. Oh wait, no, faced the wrong way, my bad. Oh, I actually added in, I guess it needs to go more this way. Here, we'll just send it, like this way, I think. Particle accelerator. Like that. And then, so you're gonna be outputting the dark matter residue from the pipe here. Grab a Mark II pipe. Alright, there we go. I think that makes sense. So we have the 3 manual inputs, which is going to be time crystal, supercomputer, trigons. Then we have the excited photonic matter coming out of here. That feeds into the quantum encoder from the neural quantum processors and the dark matter residue. The dark matter residue goes over here. How much do I take? 375. So we're going to go to the dark matter crystallization. Okay, so we can bump this up with some overclocking, hopefully a 375. Oh, okay, that goes to 400. Okay, so if I can get this... This is probably 37.5, isn't it? That was a really good guess. Okay, so that should be ready to go now, and that'll be coming out of here. Means I'll have 37.5, so if I just put a sink on the back side of this, connect that up to there. And then if we give this all power, load this up with trigons and time crystals and supercomputers, we go ahead and start grabbing some of those. There we go, we're loaded up. Let's power everything on, and this should be good to go. And then I'll definitely have 100 in no time. Alright, there we go. She's powered on. Let's see what this machine looks like when it's actually running. I'm assuming it's going to take a minute before everything actually comes in. Oh man, these blue gases look so cool. I want to make this one... Oh, that's a good color combo. I like that right there. Okay, what do you look like? Are you the one that makes the big giant beam? It is. Cool. Alright. Another new favorite machine to add to the list that also fluctuates like crazy in power usage. It's fluctuating to 26,000 megawatts. Holy smokes. I'm not even going to bother looking at my powering because I know this is just going to be absolutely crazy to watch. So at least it all looks really cool. And it looks, I'm definitely going to, if there's more builds that include using excited photonic matter, I'm definitely going with the carbon steel finished pipe. That looks so cool. I feel like carbon or chrome would also look cool. Yeah, chrome also looks cool. Those are two good choices. You know what else looks cool? Unpainted and the, what is it? The dark matter residue? That's another good color combination too. I mean, the copper looks good too, but that also looks really cool. Alright, everything's up and running. I should probably see... There we go. We got 21 in here already. Okay, this is going to be done in no time. Okay, so let's get these all finished up, and then we'll just kind of skip ahead, and we'll unlock this Blueprint Mark III. Give me time to actually pull the rest of the stuff out of my storage here. Now, these things look so cool. Look at this animation on this machine. This is great. I would like to use more of these, please. Am I going to have to use a lot of quantum encoders in the future? I'm not sure. I like for some of the late game stuff, definitely, but I feel like I'm not going to end up using too many of them. Maybe I'll just end up setting them up anyway, just because they look so cool. Should I do that? Just make a build, literally just to make sure I use these machines, even though it's not necessarily a useful build. Alright, everything's finally done. Get this loaded up, and then we're going to go, well, we're going to unlock the Blueprint Maker Mark III, and then we're going to go make some diamonds, because I don't really think I need the Blueprint Maker Mark III for this specific episode, but it's really good to have it unlocked at least.
Milestone reached. The Blueprint Designer Mark III allows for 20% increased blueprint size in all dimensions, for an overall 71.2% increase in volume. Sadly, I doubt we will see equivalent increases in your efficiency.
Sorry, my microphone cut out literally as she was talking. She was so rude on that one. Man, I can't wait to start using the Blueprint Maker Mark III. Like I said, we're probably not going to be using it in this episode, but we'll go ahead and we'll slap one down anyway, just so we can take a look, see what it looks like. I don't know if it's actually going to fit in my little platform here. I mean, we'll see if it can. Holy smokes, this thing is huge. Look at that. You can almost fit the space elevator inside of that. At least if I actually can you fit the space elevator inside this? Or not? Wait, why can't I actually, there we go. Wait, why can't I like select it? Okay, no, you can't actually fit the space elevator inside, but that would be pretty crazy. But it is pretty big, so let me see. Let me see if I can actually put some other things down. Can you fit like multiple particle accelerators inside one of these? I mean, kind of, but it would, like, you'd be really working in like some super tight spaces, and even then you'd still have to like add some stuff on. It wouldn't really work. So I think maybe you'd still just have to put down particle accelerators the way they are. I mean, you can fit converters and stuff in here for sure, so that'd probably work. But anyway, now that I took a little quick look at it, it's pretty nice to see. We got, what is it, 6x6? Nice. That's pretty tall too, so you can definitely build some pretty big like one-click factories inside this thing. I'll definitely start probably putting together some more as the builds get a little bigger, but I mean, for now at least, it's definitely it's a nice thing to have. So now that we get the Blueprint Maker Mark III, let's head on over to where we were hanging out last time, which is up here in the little crater area. That's where we're going to start pumping our oil into. We'll get those oil pumps set up. We'll get a nice little platform set up. We'll get some particle accelerators down. Got another thing for more variable power. And then we can pretty much call it a day for today, and then we'll come back again. We'll be doing a whole bunch more with some coal. I think we're actually using like 12,000 coal in the next episode, so it's going to be a fun one. Looks like we made it. Can I land right in the water? Hell yeah. Nicely done. That was real close though. I almost broke my ankles. So this is pretty much... Oh, they're still here hanging out. Nice. So this is pretty much where we're going to go ahead and set up a fairly large platform. It is unfortunately going to cover pretty much this whole pool area. And then I'm going to go ahead and... There's no oil in this direct spot right here. The only oil is actually up. I think it's up on one of these cliffs and has to be pumped down. And then the other one is just a little ways over there. I can actually scan for it really quick. Scanning for crude oil. Yep. So this one is actually, we're going to be setting up a like pressure well on it. It's not like your typical regular oil patch. But then there's the 3 over here that are 1,000 meters away. So yeah, definitely a little bit of pipe work to bring that stuff over. But those are the actual like real oil nodes, and then this one is an actual geyser. You know, I feel like literally every time I have to use a resource well pressurizer, I always forget that you have to hook it up to power before you can actually put the other ones off. That's funny. It'll just squirt it out of the ground. I always forget that you have to put on power, go to put them out. It's like, what do you mean I have to? Oh, it's like, oh right, it actually has to be powered up and slam it into the ground before I can actually put the pumps on. So we're going to be using everybody here. We're also going to be overclocking this all the way to 1350. So we're going to be hooking up all these pipes, sending them over to a platform that still doesn't exist over here yet. Actually, I think what maybe I'll do, might as well be all the same platform. I'll just build a really big platform, because I need to fit in all the all 12 or 13 particle accelerators for this, all the particle accelerators for the coal, and then all the train stations that are going to be bringing in a whole whack load of coal from around this area as well. So it's going to need to be a pretty decent amount of space. So we'll go ahead and we'll go set this up, and then we'll just go throw the pumps on here, get that piped over, and then we'll have to go find the other one. There we go. This one is all set, ready to go. So we'll have 600 oil coming through here, 600 oil coming through here, 150 oil through here, and then we'll have the other pipes coming down as well. I think I'll do the same thing I did in the factory we just finished, where I basically just make a big loop for everybody, and as long as all the pipes are kind of spread out more or less evenly around the loop, then everyone should be able to share one big loop pipe anyway, and it should work out no problem. So let me go ahead and hop over here. We'll throw together a quick little foundation to start working off of, and we'll get these 3 pipes piped on over there. I don't actually have a mover tower or anything, so I think probably what I'll just end up doing is I'll just build a few of the stackable pipeline supports, and then we'll just kind of move it along like that. We'll use some curved pipes to get them down. I'm going to be building lower than this, so I shouldn't have to worry anything about head lift, because they're already fine here, and then it's just going to be dropping down. So I'm not 100% sure how high up the other oil is, but I mean, hopefully it's high up enough, because I don't want to worry. I might just throw a pump in just because. Not up here though. This should be fine. This one we can just drop down. I'll probably just drop down along the cliff here. Oh, it's actually really nice. I take these out. I got these big balls right here. And then that should give us a nice little path right down there across to where our platform is going to be. Alright, and bless curved pipes. Honestly, I really hated on them in the beginning, but they've really grown on me, and I definitely enjoy using them for when you gotta bring your pipes along on far distance. Because there's just something, I mean, you can make like a really straight pipe that looks pretty cool, but if you're trying to like follow the curves and everything, like going around mountains and stuff, make it look like a kind of more realistic pipeline layout, I think they look really cool. So we got our 150 oil here, 600 oil here, 600 oil here, and then we got to bring our, I think it's another 600, actually it's no, another 1200. So another 2 pipes of 600 are going to be coming across into here. Let's say we're probably going to come across to about right here. And then we'll have a sign for you. And a sign for you. And then, so yeah, let me just run over. We'll hook up the, oops, it's still on oil. Might still be on oil. It is. Okay, so yeah, let me just run over. I think it's like 1,000 meters or so. We'll run over, we'll lay some pipes down really quick, bring it on over to here. And then I'll meet you guys back here, and we can start putting down some particle accelerators to make some diamonds. Alright, may have taken me a little while, but we finally have 600 oil, 600 oil, 600 oil, 600 oil, and 150 oil. They are coming through here. I believe, as far as I can tell, my pumps that I set up are matching the proper head lift-ish. I'll have to go back and double check in case we have any issues. So now we can actually do the particle accelerator part of this diamond build. And honestly, it'll be pretty quick and we'll be done pretty soon. But since we can't use blueprints, that means I have to do this the old-fashioned way. And let me just double check I think it was 13 particle accelerators. It's 12.75, so you can do 13, you can do 12 and some overclock. I'm going to do 14, I think. So I can do 2 rows of 7, because I can't really split 13 evenly. So I think if I do 2 rows of 7, that should work, and I'm pretty sure I have enough room here. So let's see if we can grab our particle accelerator here. And like I said, I'm going to do everything as one big old loop here. So we'll say put the first one down. Oops. Right there. And then, oh, can I fit 7 going down that way? I guess we'll find out. Okay, so I was able to get down to 5, and then I was getting pretty close to the end here. So I think what I'll end up doing is I'll definitely have to expand this anyway, because obviously we're going to need a ton more room for the coal part of this build as well in the next episode. So let's just go ahead and blow this out. And also, if anyone was wondering, to save you some time asking me in the comments, although I love when you guys leave comments and I try and respond to every single one. I have, if you're wondering how I do this with my Zoop, where it's like Zoop's giant platforms out and all in one go, this is the Infinite Zoop mod. This is just a quality of life thing that's really handy for being a content creator and being able to make big builds like this. I mean, obviously you can just do it with blueprints as well, but I mean, I can literally like stretch this out to be like just an insane amount of platforms all at once, so it definitely speeds up my process a whole lot, and it takes away the build animation as well for me, so it definitely helps out my computer a lot. So that's essentially just how I make my platform so big so fast. So let's go ahead and put down the other 2 along here. 1 and 2. And then we'll go ahead and we'll actually, I probably should have had these facing each other. And then, no, because I want to make it as a loop anyway, so it won't really matter. Oh wait, no, actually that would really work. So I think, no, I'll do it this way. So we'll have them facing just kind of all the way along like this. Then maybe we can even put the coal ones all facing the same way. We'll figure it out. But I need to get these ones in. And there obviously needs to be some space in between them. So let's give it about that far in between. That way we can still get our loop in. And we'll lift the outputs up like this. Everyone will get kind of lifted up like that, so it can go up and over the pipes. And then these will just kind of go all along through here. And then so we'll get all 14 of these down. We'll downclock because I only need 510 diamonds, so we'll figure out what 510 divided by 14 is. I don't like that number, so I'm probably just going to underclock one, or I'll underclock a couple of them at random just so I can have some even numbers, because I don't want to try and do that. Alright, I've now changed this over to 3 groups of 5. This is definitely way more particle accelerators than you need. But 510 divided by 15, nice even number 34. So if we come to each one of these and we select the oil-based diamonds, and each one of these does, oops, there we go. Each one of these does 34 or downclock to 85%. So we'll copy and paste that onto every single one going through here. And then that actually allows me to make an even bigger loop kind of going all through here. So what we'll do is we'll grab our pipe stuff. We'll build a giant Mark II loop system going through everyone here. And basically I'm just going to make it as a full loop round system with pipes going down all along. And then we'll feed the input pipes into spots at random. And hopefully this works. This is going to kind of test that theory I was wondering last time of how many of these can I put together and feed all in one loop, and we're about to find out. Because this is 2,550 cubic meters of oil per minute. Definitely way more than we've used before. Alright, I take it back. I wish I could blueprint the particle accelerators more. And I'm sure there's probably a good way of laying it out. Maybe I'll figure it out in the future. But I do have all 15 down now with their mergers and their pipes. The giant Cheffery loop is complete. Is it going to work? Who knows? Cross your fingers and we're going to hope for the best. So I think all the pipes are all full. So now would be the time that we can actually fire everything on. So I actually don't have, I do have these all set now. And then so they're all downclocked as well. So that once we power this on, we should start feeding this into here. And I want this to read exactly 510 per minute. And we'll know that we've done this exactly right. So let's go ahead and go to the back side here. We'll click on the little, the one power connector I need for everybody. And then hopefully this works. There's probably going to need to be a little bit of some adjusting as the buildings all fill up with oil, because there's going to be a big draw right off the bat. But it should be okay. Alright, I see diamonds flowing out. I actually had to copy and paste it. I forgot to paste it on to everybody. Everyone should be working now, so hopefully my pipe system works out. The only thing I may adjust, I may want to get this all filled back up again if it's not, although it should be. Okay, that's not totally full, so I may want to turn off like a line just to get this all filled up to make sure I don't have any oil issues. But I mean, I'll just keep an eye on it for a few minutes and make sure everything's running okay. Basically, as long as we see 510 consistently coming through here, then we'll know everything worked out pretty well. It's going to take a few minutes to get everything running here for just the first little minute here, but I wonder how many, not just 510 diamonds each minute, probably not nothing crazy, but we are definitely upwards of 900 coupons at this point, so we are, what is this doing here? We are ready to unlock that golden nut pretty soon. I think, like I said, I've got a whole bunch of animal parts or alien parts just kind of sitting around. We may try turning those into the DNA capsules and see how many points we can get boosted off of that. And then we'll go from there. But for now, let me just kind of jump ahead to make sure I'm going to monitor this pipe for a couple minutes. And then we can jump ahead to hopefully it working without any problems. And then we can call it a day. Okay, yeah, it definitely works. It says over 510 right now because, fun fact, I forgot to link up one of the machines, so it's just backed up. But it seems like the oil loop works. I mean, I'll definitely come back and check on it from time to time between now and the next episode. I mean, we'll be here all the next episode anyway, so we'll be able to keep an eye on it. But it seems like it should be working fine. Like I said, the only thing that I may need to do is just make sure it's actually all filled up again, in which I would just turn off like a row of the machines, let the pipes all get all backed up, and then we just turn them back on again. It should be okay from there. But it seems like everyone's running the way they should be. There's not really anyone missing any oil or anything that I've seen, so I'm going to call that a success for today. And that'll be, I guess that's it for today's episode. And thank you guys again for hanging out for a bit of a shorter one, but still another fun one, just putting together some endgame projects here. And, you know, just doing what I can with the time that I can, now that I'm working full time. But I appreciate you guys being here, and I will see you guys in the next one.